all the fish are gonna take off straight into the big part of the pond and just trim straight down. And you see what you get out of that? Arowana ate. Oh, she may be hungry again. Good. This was he'll actually jump for the food. I take a nice handful to get past Thump. What is going on, Cuffaros? Welcome back to another video here. Today, we're just gonna do, well, I thought it was about time to do an update video. Let everyone know what kind of fish we have, how many tanks we have, and the whole backyard situation that's going on right now. We're gonna feed all the fish, is what I really wanted to get to there. But before I get into that just yet, I have a bunch of these PC bags now on this site. These things are so sick. Something new, and I know I'll be using these for fishing if I'm walking the lake or whatever. Not only that, but for like maybe a quick day at school. Half day or something, I don't know. I mean, these are dope. They got that special vinyl material. You can get those and some PC stickers as well on the site right now. Top link in the description. And there's this, clothing, and much, much more. Or you can just come to the meet and greets August 25th and 26th. On the 25th, we will be in Chicago at Aqualand with Greg Whitstock, the pond guy, and then on the 26th, we got ours in Boca Raton, Florida, real close to home here, at Predatory Finn's grand opening. I'll have the information for both of those linked in the description. I'm bringing these bad boys with some stickers for free. That's how I do it. Ooh-wee, the board shorts, there they are, right there. So you can get them two on the site right now. Top link in the description. First things first, before I show you the tank room, let me show you the backyard just so you get an idea if you're not familiar with this channel. First of all, hi, I'm Paul. And second of all, let me just show you the backyard. Lulu. Lulu, let me see your face. Oh, that's great. That is absolutely amazing. You're too cute to yell at. But yeah, this used to be a nice, good-looking planted berm here. Not so much anymore. I guess that's what I get for putting you out here for like 10 minutes with the dogs. That was a succulent. Looked like that. Well, at least it used to be. Yeah, she just did it to this actually a little bit ago as well. I just replanted this one, but this was all taken down and dirt down to there, and she is getting to all the dirt around here. So I don't know how nice I can keep this. I could try my best. I mean, but it is a pig. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look at your face. First things first, out here in the backyard, we walk right up and all the fish are gonna take off straight into the big part of the pond. There they all go. We just got a lot of rain, so first time in a while, all our fish finally have a full entire pond, and our turtle, I see you. Don't think I don't see you. He thinks I'm gonna feed him. And then you come to the big pond, two big pacu, two red tails that are down there. You can see them you can see them pretty well, like right there. Our big largemouth bass, probably about 9.5 pounds, and our alligator gar, which is fairly big as well. And aside from that, we come on over to here, pop this open, and there's our two pacu right there. This is like kind of just a temporary home for them until they get big enough to go into that pond. But this thing is looking good. It's actually looking really good. I need to get something for this pond eventually. I'm not gonna rush it because I do have those in here right now. And once again, I gotta wait until those get big enough to go into here. So until then, I'm not gonna touch that pool pond. The mini pond, and what I feed them is just the Aquascape fish food flakes, and they love it. They go ham. They already know it's coming. Come on, guys. Just shake some out of there. And they eat a lot. So there you go. Now in person, it looks like there's not a lot on camera, but in person there's just so many fish in here. That's kind of a good angle right there. Lots of babies that have grown up from just being little tiny small ones right out of the mother. They grow up actually in this little creek right here. You can see a bunch of them. And then they get big enough, they swim down the creek and enter into the big side. Sometimes I'll come out here and all the fish, as you can see, watch them all swim away. All the fish are sometimes into here. There is a lot. So let me get a good view on some babies. A lot of the babies will sit up in here. There they are. See them? Real small. Like the one that's behind that. Look at the size of that thing. And when I tell you I did buy a lot of platies and mollies for this pond, but since then, I probably have multiplied, I don't know, at least 2 times the amount of fish that I've had. It's just a big enough pond where they spread out. You don't see them as much. Eventually, there's gonna be so many fish in here that it's just like too colorful to even comprehend. And essentially, that's what I'm actually looking for. And just like that, all the food is gone now. Let me go get the tilapia that we're defrosting in the sink and bring them out so we could feed the big pond. All right, our tilapia. This is just tilapia straight from Walmart, boneless and skinless. This is what I feed all my fish in my 160-gallon tank, which you'll be seeing later on in this video, and in my backyard. So I have 3 total fillets, which is typically what it takes me to feed my fish. So what I do, I'm gonna do this 3 times. There's a little split when they take the bones out, wherever they do get these tilapia from. All you gotta do is just run your knife right along that, just like that. So you're gonna split your fillet. This is also how I feed my fish. Others may have their own way. I cut these big pieces for Thump, my big bass. Put those aside. And then I go to this big fat piece. And I take just complete lines right out of it. And you'll see what I do with these lines in a second. Put them all together. And go from a side angle and just trim straight down. And you see what you get out of that? You get these little tiny, what I like to call pacu nuggets, because the pacu just love them, and as well as all my other fish. But that's typically what I feed all my fish right there. Just those little squares. Now you can put all those to the side right there and keep your bigger pieces separated. And I'm pretty much gonna do that same exact thing 2 more times. And sometimes I do this as well. So this is like a thicker piece. I don't really want to split that. This will be for the catfish. So I'll cut a little bit bigger of chunks. Like to see that square compared to that square. That'll be for like the red tails right there. Now I'm sure everyone will have their own way of doing this because everyone has different species, different fish. Everyone's got their own way. This is in fact the way obviously that I do mine. And I highly suggest people feeding their fish this stuff in particular. This tilapia straight from Walmart. It comes in a bag just like this. This is the 4-pound bag, and it comes with a bunch of fillets inside. All of my fish pretty much. Thump, gar, sometimes red tails, and those can go together. So 2 little piles there. Bigger fillets, smaller fillets. Now let's go to the backyard. Now you want to know something funny? I never have said this on YouTube yet. But I always throw like 2 or 3 little tiny pieces of tilapia, in fact this time is 4, right into the mini pond, and the fish know. Bingo will eat a whole piece, the koi fish eats a whole piece, and the little ones just tear at it. I don't know, I just do it and they eat it, and they love it, and ever since then, it's been like, probably ever since I got this pond I've started doing it, so it's been a while and they just love it. It's like a little treat. Alright, our gar is right here, so I'm gonna see. Oh my gosh, the pacu got that one. You want to see Thump eat? Watch this. Boom. Thump already ate a live tilapia today, and I'll show you where we get those live tilapias in just a second. See the jumper cat down there? Thump, there's another one? Oh yeah. Alright, what I do, here's my handful. I take a nice handful to get past Thump, right in the middle there, and the ones that get to bottom, the catfish eat. But I get a lot of it, and throw it right into the middle there. Red tails are down there eating. There's the jumper cat. We got our pacu out. And they just run the rocks and keep on looking. They'll just look for food until pretty much all of that is gone. Here's some of the bigger fillets. These will get dead in the bottom. Either the red tails will eat them, or Thump and the gar. Here's the gar. Get some to the gar there. Oh my gosh, Thump, give him some. Oh, there's the gar. Boom! Wrecked it. There it goes. So I think we got everything eating on video, and now those little pieces of tilapia will not be there longer than 5 minutes. Let's head on over to the pool pond. Now this is actually, I usually use 3, but I overfed that big pond because they haven't eaten in a day. So I might have to cut up another fillet, but for now, we're good. Tommy, you just told me you never even knew the pool pond was here. Never. You live in this house. I know. Shows how much you play Fortnite. There we go. They just come out, they'll take a few eats. These things are getting big though. Won't be long until they're ready to come into the big pond. And that's pretty much it. Other than my turtles, I'll put like a little, here. In fact, I fed them this morning. This, I rechange this plastic every single day. But this was from this morning. Left over some bananas in there. The strawberries, they eat pretty much everything. And they eat every other day. They kind of find plants that if they're that hungry every other day, but they do eat a lot when I do feed them. You know, I was excited to make this video because I have a lot of comments. I played Fortnite with a lot of my viewers. If you watched last video, they sponsored it. And I played a long time, for about 4 hours with everyone, and a little bit this morning as well. And all of them asked me, and 90% of them at least asked me, how much maintenance is it to take care of all these different things, these ponds, these tanks, especially, well, these fish. And this is the perfect video to explain that. So I did give them examples, but if you're watching this, it was nice playing with you. This right here is where I got that live tilapia this morning. It's just a bait tank. We have some tilapia in there at the bottom, down there. Now our patio bowl, these guys just eat male and female fancy tail guppies, and they just eat the same thing as the linny pond. Some flakes. So I do that, puts them in the middle right there, and they eventually sink, so everything eats. As you can see them down there? So colorful, it's crazy. A lot of them hide. Then right when they see that food, they're all gonna start coming out. And now I come on over to the 160 that's got peacock bass, 2 Oscars, one being albino, the other is a, whoa, it's dark, a tiger Oscar back there. For some reason that tiger Oscar loves pellets. He doesn't really like too much of tilapia. Our giant tiger shovel nose down here that made it like a little hole, kicked up all the sand. Right to the right there is our big, got way bigger, our clown knife fish. If you look, you can see the top of him right there. There's a red-tailed catfish up in there. Up top here, we got our silver arowana that has also grown a lot, and our alligator gar that has gotten huge over the past month. Without further ado, I pop these down. I have a pretty much like a egg crate that's on top of this whole entire thing. As you can see, it goes all the way down. First things first is I'll fold up the little piece I have here. You'll see the albino Oscar is always the first one to eat. Every time, some will sink. Alligator gar's freaking out. Our tiger shovel nose looks very fat already, so who knows how much she'll eat. And it's pretty much a slow process from here. Nothing is really fast eaters in here. Like all this food will just sit on bottom, and throughout the night when I turn the lights off, they eat. They're also probably full because I did feed them yesterday. So let me see the gar. See if I can get the gar to eat. You just keep stealing everything. That was probably the boringest feeding out of everything I own. Arowana ate. Oh, she may be hungry again. Boom! She did want another. That's awesome. Alright, well, that didn't make it too boring. At least to end it. All those little chunks will get eaten right now with the click of a button, and that button is this. Boom, boom, boom. Now, they'll all just get destroyed. Now on over to our Flowerhorn tank. We got George, Big George over here. Turn sideways, show us your color. Good, he'll actually jump for the food. See? His little noggin stops him from jumping too far, but oh, the female's coming up too. There you go, George. You saw the colors on him there. There he is. Let me get the female some food because she is freaking out. She's coming up too. Boom. That might be a little too big. Oh, okay, never mind. There that goes. Now, moving on over to the 90 gallon, which is fairly low on water. I could fill that up tonight. And these guys eat flakes. You can see I put a lot in there. There's a lot of fish in there, and it just kind of goes throughout the aquarium, and everything eats. It goes all the way down to our albino iridescent catfish. We have 2 of those. Our crawfish back there, we'll get a piece of tilapia in just a second. And all of our clown loaches go crazy as well, which have gotten much bigger already. Tiger barbs are in there, Colombian tetras are in there, angelfish are in there. Everything is in this aquarium right here. This 90 gallons, like I said, probably one of my favorites. It is a little bit murky. I might need to do another water change. But other than that, this is probably one of my favorite aquariums I do own. There he is back there in the back. Kind of blurry, but you can see him chowing away on that tilapia. Luna and the few little ghost shrimp that were in there from one of these last videos also do just get some flakes. She was fed this morning. I did it on accident, not knowing I was going to film this video today, so I don't want to feed her again. But Luna, you're already full and fat. Till tomorrow, I feed her every day. These guys as well, I give them these little pellets, but I did feed them this morning. I put them right there on that slate rock, and eventually they just disappear from the turtles going up there and grabbing them throughout the day. One of the bigger minnows that I put in here, the one that I said was pregnant, actually gave birth to baby minnows. I can't really find them because they sit in the rocks until they get big enough to come out and explore, but they are very small. Okay, so I've done a few things since the last time I picked up this camera and showed y'all. What I did was add more rocks, so now the water level is much deeper, so they have a lot more water to swim through, and as you can see back there is also a heater. So now, not only is the water gonna be heated, because it was pretty cold before, there's more water, and it just kind of, all I did was add up the bank, and now they have more water space as well. Turtles should be good. Maybe just a UV, and then we'll be even better. Also, let me grab one of the turtles to show you guys what they kind of look like. They're very, very small. This is what the turtles look like. They're little tiny pink belly side neck turtles. just very, very small. Obviously, they are just little tiny babies, so they will grow up and eventually go into the backyard, but for now they gotta grow up in this nice little enclosure here that we just created in our previous video. So, this is the stuff I feed my Cory catfish. Pop that open. This is my albino Cory cat right there. And there's the green. So I pop those two through the crack just like that. They sink eventually. The Corys will get to those. Get a nice pinch of flakes right here, and I put these in for the neons. And you'll see all the neons come up right now and just start eating. So that is pretty much it. I mean, look how planted this aquarium is now. All the shrimp doing well. That is all I got for y'all today.